Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Teresa Crawley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Today I'm going to be showing you something we just got traded in, and it is so clean and such a nice unit. It's a 2024 Renegade Explorer. This is a 38 EMB floor plan. So we have a mid-bath in this coach. I'll let you take a look around at the basic floor plan, but you'll see it's very well equipped. Lots of great storage areas. We've got an all-electric coach here, 525 horsepower. This is a single axle, so you don't have to worry about the tag axle back there. A little bit less to maintain. Another really huge thing that this has is the Alison 6-speed transmission. The reason that's a big deal is because it's not going to be available anymore. The government bought up those Alison transmissions and they won't be available in these Super Cs anymore. So this is going to be a great unit to have if you don't want the new transmission. So, excuse me, let's get into the nitty gritty here. Like I said, we're really well equipped. The previous owner ordered extra lithium batteries. So we have 3 of those great Dragonfly lithium batteries. We've got a 3,000 watt inverter in here. We have an 8,000 kilowatt Onan quiet diesel generator. So we're really well equipped, 150 gallons of fresh water. We have tank heaters here so we can heat up, make sure that we can be using our water systems when it's really, really cold out. We also have an aqua hot system on here, so that's going to serve as your furnace and your hot water heater. Let's get into the livability of it. We got a lot of great things going on here. Starting in the front area, we have a sleeper sofa right here. And this is just like you would have in a home situation. Take off these and then you have an actual pull-out mattress just like you would in a home. So that's going to be a regular 2 adult sleeping situation, not just a little futon. The other thing I wanted to point out about this sleeper is we have 3 seat belts that are hidden back here and tucked away. So if you do need some passengers to be safely seated, they can do that. We do have some storage up above and these really nicely colored cabinets. And Renegade is known for their cabinets, their hinges, as well as their bay doors that we'll get to in a little bit. But just check out the hinges. These tend to just stand the test of time. They don't squeak, fall off, make a lot of noise, but they are just solid wood here. So another great quality indicator there. Got a lot of nice lighting up in here. The controls are really easy to see and use. They're put in a lot of different places in the coach. So we've got all these different lights here. We also have your 110's USB here as well. And then we have a button for our TV lift, which is directly opposing us here. And I'll let you get a peek at that. There's no TV there right now, but it's tucked away, and then you push a button and it can come up when you're ready to use it. That way, if you're not into watching TV at a certain time, you can get that nice fresh air in with that opening window, or just some really nice sunlight in there as well. So you may notice directly above the TV, there's a sound bar, really nicely hidden on that shelf above. And then we, of course, have your table for eating. I've actually sold a coach because of these cup holders before. My customer just was absolutely crazy about having these at the table and having 110s on both sides, USB ports as well. Now this is a person that works on the road, so it was very, very important to them that they have that, and the other brands that they were looking at did not have that feature. So I had to point out the cup holders. All right, under here on both sides, we have storage. So both of these sides do open up. And then we have a storage ottoman here as well that we've just got tucked away for the moment. 1 more seat belt, so that's a total of 4 in the back area. Of course, there are 2 in the cab area as well. Moving over here, we've got your audio-visual equipment cabinet. There's nothing in it right now, but if you wanted to add a DVD player or something like that, this is where you'd want to put that so that your remote control can be read through this glass here. Throughout the coach, we have your MCD screens. as well as full darkening shades. So those are throughout every window that you look at except the front cab area, which has custom made screens and darkening shades there. And everywhere throughout the coach that you see countertop, it's going to be a solid surface. Not Korean brand, but the same exact thing. So it's solid. It can be buffed out if you happen to scrape it or burn it or something like that. So a very durable, high quality countertop there. So another thing that Renegade is known for is their great drawers. So these are full extension, soft closing, everything in the coach here. And these are on a ball bearing glide. And then we have your Samsung stainless steel refrigerator. There is an integrated lock here. So when you're going down the road, you can just flip that lock down, make sure it goes through that slot, and that's going to keep your pickles from flying out. And that's a good view of the refrigerator. We do have an ice maker in this freezer compartment here. So that drops into this area here, and then you of course have more space down below. And then the freezer has its own lock hiding over here as well, so you can make sure that's not flying open too. Okay, over to the kitchen area, we've got a little bit of storage up here, which is always a nice thing to have. It goes back a little bit to the back here, so there's more room than it looks like from the get-go. These shelves throughout, you'll notice there's these little holders for the shelves, so that means that they're completely adjustable. There's little peg holes, so you can change the height of those or just take them out completely. A little more down here. Again, those adjustable shelves. We've got some 110 plugins here. This would be a great place for a coffee maker, I think. Just a little beverage bar, something like that. And then I'll open these up so you can check out. We've got more storage here and of course under the sink. So if I didn't mention it before, this is a pre-owned coach. It was barely used. This person just upgraded for Renegade of a higher level, bigger size. But they left the stickers on a lot of the things, and just things are not beat up, as you can see. Really great condition trade-in that we got. We of course have a sprayer in here as well. And this is a really good size sink. I think you could wash a dog in there. All right, a little bit more storage up here. Yet another 110. And then our convection microwave oven here also has an air frying option. So nice and spacious in here. You can cook, bake, and air fry as well as just use it as a microwave. Now here we have your induction cooktop, recessed so that you can put those covers back on and not drop things. You can use it as extra counter space when it's covered up. As I stated before, this is an all electric coach. That means there's no propane on board. A lot less to hassle with in that case. It's kind of hard to get to places that sell the propane in a way that you can put it right in a tank. So this one you don't have to mess with it at all. And that's why you have all those extra power sources. So right here, another full extension drawer, self-closing. And then one more down here. Nice and deep one here as well. And more storage down there. Every little bit counts in a motorhome, especially if you're trying to full-time in it or live in it. Where are you going to put all that stuff? Well, there's little spaces just kind of tucked away everywhere. Moving over here to the hall area or the entry area, we do have a really good sized closet. I just stuck my jacket in there because I didn't know if we'd need it today. It just can't decide if it's going to snow or not. So got that for safekeeping. A little bit more storage up here. And then this is really important. As I stated, we're at the entry door here. We have a battery disconnect right at that door level, so that's going to be really helpful to you. But also a light control down there, so you can come in the door, turn the battery on, turn the lights on. But our whole house control panel is right here at the top of the stairs. So this is going to come in really handy. So we have an overview of what's going on here. Our generator is stopped. Our house batteries are at this level. Our tanks are at these levels. But then you can go into the nitty gritty. For if you wanted to just turn all the lights on or all the lights off, you can just hit these buttons. So really quick and easy right when you step in. Oh no, I broke it. Just kidding. I don't know why it's not coming back on. Anyway, I'm going to go into the individual screen. We're going to try to turn everything on that way. Yep, there we go. So, again, you can control the whole house here. Bedroom on. And exterior lighting as well. So porch, awning lights, storage lights, everything can be just touched with this one little screen here. So it's really handy to have that in a central location. This is just checking the flow of your inverter or what's going on with your generator, things like that. You can start and stop your generator here. You can also set it up for auto gen start. So if it's a, I didn't mean to touch that, but you can do start time, stop time. Say you want to set it for when you leave the coach, so that if you're going to leave animals in here, that it starts when it gets to a certain temperature and is going to need to support that air conditioning system. You can start it that way. We also have your thermostat here. So we have a front and rear. We have two 15,000 BTU air conditioners. So one in the rear, one in the front. You also have heat pumps on those. You also have your aqua hot, which can be used as a furnace. Oh, you can turn it on auto as well. We also have in-floor heating, and you turn that on here or here. So front and rear, two sections. And then you have vent fans throughout. And then your slide out settings are right here as well. It can tell you if you're leveled or not. We also have the ability to put those levelers down here from this point or from the front cab area. There's another panel that you can do that at. So really, really nice to have this all in one spot. Then as we move on, we've got some more storage here. Could be used as a hanging closet, or you could put shelves in that area. Down here we have the information for your inverter, and then we have I always say these wrong, but your breaker boxes. So you can just reset those breakers, and they're really well labeled too, so you know if something's not working, you can always just go and flip that and try to get it to go and not have to go out in the elements. All right, we are at the bathroom now. So this is a single bath, only one toilet, one shower in here in a really good central location. You are going to be able to reach this while in travel mode or while the slides are in, because these two sides don't move. So this hallway stays just like it is. Really good sized medicine cabinet here. We also have really tall ceilings in this coach. I mean, I have to get on my tiptoes to even touch them, but so it feels really big in here. We have that max air fan that I was talking about earlier on the control panel. That's going to really help suck out heat if it's really a hot day and you're just coming in here. You want to get it cooled down real quick. It also helps with steam and things like that. So it works great. Please forgive the frog in my throat today. It's spring and my allergies are kicking in. So a little bit of storage under there. And then we have a really nice medicine cabinet here as well. So lots of room in here for all your stuff. We all have our stuff. Down here we have some more, some plugins here. We also have a macerating toilet in the corner there, and that is a porcelain toilet. Over here we of course have your shower. We have a nice fold down shower bench that is structurally supported in this back wall here. And you can just flip away when you're not using it. Great place to put your shampoo bottles and such. And then of course we have a sprayer for our shower. It is dewinterized right now, so we leave it down so it can drip any of that dewinterizing fluid. But it is an adjustable place that you can put this in. And then we have a nice sunroof here to let in light, also give a little bit more headroom for our taller folks. So really well equipped bathroom. Okay, this is where we have your washer and dryer housed. And notice how open these cabinet doors go. So I can really get in here. They fold almost completely open. So it's a lot easier to work in this situation than if they were just opening straight out. It's also really nice to have a separate washer and dryer. That way you can take things out mid-cycle if you need to, especially drying cycle. That way you can pull them out before they're wrinkled. And in this back bedroom area, we have a king size bed. This is a 66 by, I believe it's a 70. So it's an RV king, not a legit king, but still a pretty big size bed for this room. We've got a ceiling fan above, just kind of nice, and storage up above here that goes all the way through to the other side. So it's mirrored exactly through here. Again, love these hinges. They're just so stout. Now underneath here, you can't see, but there is an electrical panel right here, and that has your light master on and off. Again, if I just turned off, it would turn the whole house off at one time. I can start my generator from a button right here, turn my fan on. I can also do accent lights, floor lights, and ceiling and reading lights. So we have individual reading lights on each side. They have an on-off there, but I can also turn them off here. If it's just time to go to bed, I just want everything off. So that's a really nice thing to have. We of course have a little place to put a water bottle or an alarm clock, cell phone, whatever, and then the plugs to support that. So 110s and USBs right next to both sides of the bed as well. All right, so your fresh water is housed under the bed. So it is kept inside of the coach. That's gonna help to keep it from freezing, help to keep it at a good temperature. So there isn't any storage under this bed, but you've got two 75 water fresh gallon tanks here. And just FYI, we have 75 gallons of black on here and 75 gallons of gray capacity. It's not on here right now. So over here we have hanging closet. You may notice it lit up right when I opened the door. And then 3 drawers. And this again is mirrored on the other side, so I won't open them all for you. I know it gets tedious when people want to go into way too much detail. This here is a Samsung flat screen TV. You have a release here so that it can be moved to the angle of your choice. It's nice to be able to move these things too, so you can see it the way you want to, and then it just locks back into place when you are done using it. More storage, and then this is another audio visual cabinet here, and you can tell that by the glass, tinted glass, just so that the signal can be read from your remote controls through there. And one last drawer. I'm going to start pulling in slides so you can see what it's like when we're in travel mode, and that can be done from one of these panels here, or I can do it from my multiplex system that we were looking at earlier that has everything on it. So I'm going to use this one, and then I'm going to start with this back bed area. See if it'll let me too. No. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on what you're sliding in to make sure it's not running into anything. Okay, let's go with that one there. We do have tile floor throughout here, porcelain tile, and these nice padded ceilings throughout as well. All the lights inside and out are LED, so that's going to be a low draw on your electricity. Also not going to heat the coach up like the old-fashioned lights did. Okay. Last one, and this one's zippy. That's that. So again, look at all the room I've got when I can walk through here. I can even get through here. I have to turn a little bit to the side, but I can get through here, or I can sit on this couch when I'm in travel mode, which is really important. You can't always put your slides out because of time constraints or space constraints. But also if you have anybody coming with you but that has to sit back here, they might want to get up and get a sandwich or a drink or go to the bathroom while you're traveling or in travel mode. So it's really nice to be able to have all of this space. And I can also easily get into this bathroom area because again, these don't close in this area. The bedroom is completely touching, and this area it's as small as it's going to get at this point. So let's look at this cab area really quick. Freightliner updated this Cascadia chassis recently, so it's got a lot of really smart stuff going on. It's very easy to reach all of your controls and buttons. They added some cup holders for you. And I know you can't feel this seat, but it is so comfortable and soft. It also has heat and air cooling in this seat. So big engine, 525 horsepower. We also have 20,000 pounds of towing capacity. All right. So one of the main things that changed when Freightliner redid this cab is they took the transmission off a panel that was over here. So essentially you would have to look away from where you're going to find the right button: drive, reverse, neutral, manual, automatic, all of that. Now that has been added to the column here. So we can just flip it into drive, flip it into reverse. We can also put it in manual or automatic, and our engine brake is right here on this column as well. So right now I don't have my engine brake on. There I have it on third stage, second stage, one stage, and off. You can tell it's off because the indicator came off on this dash here. And there you go, it's back on. So we also have voice control here and phone volume and things like that. On here we have your Daimler system. So this is going to be telling you, or rather you can change what you're looking at here. So you can add these to your front gauge screen, or you can just check them on here. You can also put your navigation in here, change your lighting. You can connect your phone and do your radio. Obviously, that's what most of these are used for. But the other cool thing here is that usually this is going to be your backup camera system. Here we have this camera system that's on all the time for reverse. Really handy, but you can also hook it to, if you have a trailer that you're towing. Sorry, I just wanted to turn that beeping off. If you had a trailer that you're towing, you can actually hook that Voyager system up to the trailer if you have a camera on there to keep an eye on what's going behind that trailer. So we have some other great safety features, like we have a blind spot indicator over there. It turns on when somebody is in your passing side that you wouldn't be able to see otherwise. I have to say, I drove this over here today and the mirrors were so good. I mean, I really could see what was next to me, what was down next to me, because we have that mirror that points down. You can see if there were any pets or people down there. So just, it's really well laid out so you can see what you're doing, very safe. And then, as I said, we are set up to tow. So we've got your trailer braking system. Your brake controller is already right here integrated. Trailer air supply. This is just your parking brake for the coach itself. And then again, all of these other things, we're going to teach you how to use these things. So don't worry about, wow, there's a lot of buttons there. There are some really great things here, but this is something that we include with every sale, is the assurance that you are going to know how to use this and be confident in it. So all of this stuff and a very, very comfortable seat with cup holders. I mean, what more can you ask for in a gorgeous coach like this? Real quick, I'll go over this storage up here. We do have the other place that you can level the coach right here. And then this is just cab ceiling lights. This is a satellite hookup. So if you wanted to put a box in there so you could get Dish or DirecTV, you can do that there. This is your manuals right here. So you can take those out and have more storage room if you need it. And then over here, we have your screens that Velcro in and your full darkening shades that will Velcro in at these windows here. Really, really nice that they've started adding that, because these can be a little bit more, they can let more light in. They can make a little bit more noise. I'm not a fan of these. I also feel like because they're fabric, they can absorb odors. So you could actually just take these out and use those Velcro ones, and that's going to be a great thing. I'm a little smell sensitive, so if you ever want me to make sure a coach that's come in pre-owned is smelling good, I'm more than happy to help you with that as well. People laugh at me because I always say, man, this used coach smells so good. All right, let's head outside and we can see all the storage out there. First thing, you see the screen door here. It does have an integrated darkening shade right there. We also have really great grab handles at every entrance exit area. So that comes in really handy. We also have controls here for, again, that ceiling light, living room floor, storage, awning, porch lights here, interior master, all of on and off. And then we have just a small awning extend retract there. As I said before, we have our battery disconnect right here. If you're going to be leaving for a while and you're not plugged in, you don't want to draw that battery, you can just flip this and turn it off real quick right there. Entry step override, that'll make it not go in and out every time you open this door. eStart is a battery booster. So if your batteries are real low and you can't get it to work, you can pull from your chassis batteries and then just recharge by plugging in or running your generator for a little bit. So we do have full body paint on this coach. I think they did a really good job at making it very subtle. I like the bright white. It really, it's easier to keep clean than a black coach is, just because of mineral deposits from water, rain and things like that. So I really like that they went with a lighter color scheme here. Again, we have a grab handle here, but we also have a programmable door code. So if you forget your keys, you can get in here really easily. Michelin tires all the way around, and they're still in great shape because this coach has really low miles on it, and it's a 24. So some storage here that you can put pass through underneath part of that there. We do have spare tiles in case you were to break one, drop something on it or something. And this is your hitch ball, so you can put something behind you. These little things are slide locks. They have to include those, but you don't necessarily have to use them. It just keeps the slides in without wiggling at all when you're going down the road. So that's what those little slide locks are for. You also notice that this is all spray coated in here. That's going to help it to stand the test of time. And we talked about how good Renegade's doors are. This is no exception. These are very easy to close and like to stay closed for you when you want them that way. Your vacuum system is down here. So this does have a central vacuum. This is where you would change out that bag. And the back of this coach, again, 20,000 pounds towing capacity. We've got a really nice stout receiver for that reason. And then we've got your connector for your camera system and electrical there. And air lines are already integrated over there. All right. Here we have your 50 amp plug-in. This is on a power retractable reel. Really important. Well, I guess you could live without it, but it's really nice to not have to. So when you've got this plugged in and it's mucky out, wet, dirty, you can just push a button and this is going to roll back in for you, so you're not wrestling with it. There's also a port down here that the cord can go through, so you can actually close this door when you're using that cord. Keep it a little warmer, safer in there. Then we also have your transfer switch in there. Already in there, you don't have to buy an additional one. Here we have your generator. Not much to explain except that you can start it and stop it here and at many locations throughout the coach. It only has 55 hours on it as well. Here's your water bay. Very well marked. You're not gonna have these indicators rub off because they're actually carved in there. We do have a whole house water filter, excuse me, this is your water filter situation in here. It's pulled out again because we are winterized right now, but that can be added. We also have a place you can add or hook up to the cable if you're at a resort type place that had it. We have black tank wash, gray dump, black dump, city water fill. We've got a level indicator here, and we have a power retractable water hose that's housed right here. The reel is behind, but again, it's power, so you just push that and it'll pull it back up for you. There's not much to see here, but I wanted you to see that there's not much to see here. So we've got tanks hidden here. We've got the macerator tube there. This is all part of your dumping system and your tanks for your gray and black water. Over here, we've got those 3 lithium Dragonfly batteries. This is so awesome. And then your 2 starting batteries for the engine there. And an airline here, so if you needed to fill up tires, you've got that already there as well. This is to get into the cab area, obviously. I'm not going to climb back up there, but I wanted you to see how nice these grab handles are. It makes it really, really easy and not scary to get in here. Your def is housed behind here, so you're going to have to unlock these to put your def in. That's great. You know it's secure. We've got our side cameras here. Those are going to auto-populate on your screen when you turn your turn signals on. And then see if I can get this open for you. Take a little quick look under the hood. This is one of the reasons people buy Super Cs. One of them is for towing capacity. The other is because you can access all of your fluids and things that you might want to check or fill on your own. You can do some checking and servicing on your own as well. So if you're a handy person, this is a great setup for you. We'll look at the other side here real quick too. So transmission, your wiper fluid, jumper spots there, and your air filter under here. Again, you can just service all these things. If you know how to do it, you're going to save a lot of money. And that's on air shock, so it helps me close it a little bit. There's a few more storage bays over here that we'll look at. We've got your 3,000 watt Victron inverter there. And they did not put a wall in between these 2 bays, so you can put some really long things under there. I'm thinking even a kayak would fit under there. And then here we have your 450D Aqua Hot system. Very easy to access and service. Woo. And then here we have your outdoor entertainment. So we have a Samsung TV and a sound bar here. So you can sit under the beautiful awning and watch TV or tailgate. So that about wraps it up for this Renegade Explorer 38E MB. Again, this is a pre-owned unit. I do have some brand new ones on the way as well from Renegade. So if you're interested in this or any other units that we have here, I'm Teresa Crawley. Please ask for me, and I'm happy to get you any information that you need and help you out with your motorhome discovery process. I hope you have a great rest of your day.